Welcome to First Call. I'm Dean Blandino. We're going to hear from Mike Pereira in a second. Tonight's matchup, the Panthers and the Steelers. The game is in Pittsburgh, and as we move into November, we start talking about cold weather games. How does that impact the game on the field? Well, it also impacts the officials and how they prepare and what they do in a lot of their processes. For more about that, let's go to a guy who always loves the cold. Make sure to check out his footwear, Mike Pereira at Heinz Field.
Well, thanks, Dean. Yeah, I'm here in Heinz Field, and yes, it's cold. It's going to be down around 39 at kickoff, and I'm certainly one that doesn't like to be cold, as you can tell by my feet, and you referred to my Uggs that were shipped across country. Thank you very much. You know, the game does change a little bit in cold weather, especially for the officials. One thing is they get all new gear every year, and it includes cold weather gear, rain gear, all undergarments. You know, the one time, I was only on the field for 2 years, but I was in a cold weather game, and I actually wore a wetsuit underneath my uniform. I couldn't move, and I couldn't throw the flag, but in my case, that was probably pretty good. Well, the game, look at this thing. Officials very seldom get over here to stand in front of the big heater, so they've got to suffer out there in the field, and they're out there, of course, all game. They're not like offense and defense. Now the balls are not allowed to go in front of the heaters either. They have to stay in the pouch with the ball boys. So normally, when the weather gets colder, you'll actually see less touchbacks on kickoffs in outdoor stadiums because the ball is traditionally in cold weather a little harder. So the game does change. If it starts to snow, you know, you can't use the old tractor to try to clear a spot to kick a field goal. I think we learned that from New England, but the game is a little bit different. But for me right now, I think I'll go to the broadcast booth because even though it's still 45 degrees, I'm cold. Back to you, Dean.
Thanks, Mike. So tonight's game, the Panthers and Steelers are on a 3-game winning streak and a 4-game winning streak, respectively. The Steelers are winning by 13 points a game in that streak, the Panthers by 11. Of the 8 active NFL teams with 3 or more win streaks, only the Chiefs and the Patriots are winning by a larger margin. Quirky stat of the week. We've been talking about the young quarterbacks. We've been talking about Patrick Mahomes, Baker Mayfield. Well, what about the old guys? Last week, week 9, all 4 quarterbacks 36 years old or older won their games. Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, and Ben Roethlisberger. One additional note with Big Ben, the first quarterback to have a passing TD, a rushing TD, and a punt in the same game since John Elway in 1989. But looking forward to Sunday, we got a great slate of games, highlighted by one that I can't wait for, the Bengals and the Saints. Why? The possible return of Dez Bryant.